Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Andrew Laidley. The latest data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, show that the unemployment rate remained low ahead of the COVID-19 job cuts. The data cover the October and January quarter, showing the jobless rate increased by 0.1%. All eyes will, however, be on the April data, which will not be released until July, to see what it shows in terms of unemployment in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic. But Statin says that survey will take a different form. As of January 2020, Jamaica's unemployment rate stood at 7.3%. It's an indication of how well the economy was doing before the COVID-19 pandemic. Already signs are showing that layoffs and job cuts are in the hundreds of thousands bracket, which means that the unemployment rate is expected to shoot up. But Statin's Director General Carol Coy says the institute will not be conducting an April labor force survey due to the COVID-19 restrictions.
Data collection for the April labor force 2020 was cancelled, so there will be no information coming out of the labor force. What Statin is working with, and as part of that national research agenda, is to see if we can find other information to give an indicator as to what is happening in the labor market.
But she notes that those other options may present challenges of their own.
One of the drawbacks of this is I think it will be focusing mainly on the formal sector of the economy. So the information that we can get access to will have information on what is happening in the formal. In the informal, it's going to be difficult to get data out of administrative sources on this, because a significant portion of them are outside of the government database.
Notwithstanding, Statin has pledged to maintain its timetable and release a snapshot of what's happening in the labor force in July this year.
We are, however, exploring the possibility of adding a COVID-19 module in July 2020 labor force if circumstances allow us to undertake this survey.
Up to this week Tuesday, data from the Finance Ministry show that 400,000 Jamaicans had applied for financial assistance under the government's COVID Allocation of Resources for Employees CARE program. It said this included nearly 300,000 applications for a compassionate grant and more than 46,000 applications for the grant designed for persons laid off after March 10. The International Monetary Fund IMF resident representative in Jamaica, Karim Youssef, says if Jamaica is approved for the rapid financing instrument, the country will have up to 5 years to repay. Those repayments will have to start no later than 3 years and 3 months after disbursement. Mr. Youssef explained that the interest rate on the loan facility has not been determined, but he assured that it will be lower than what currently obtains on the local market. He says Jamaica is among more than 100 member states that have requested the emergency funding. To currency trading now. Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $140 1 cent. The Canadian dollar $99.99. The pound is being sold for $175 9 cents, while the euro closed at $154.40. The JSE index lost 1,694 points today, and the junior market index is down by 72 points. Among the winners were MPC Caribbean Clean Energy, Access Financial Services, Stanley Motor, Berger Paints, and Proven Investments. Now on the losing side were Everything Fresh, Caribbean Cream, Consolidated Bakeries, iCreate, and Medical Disposables and Supplies. And that's the Financial Week. I'm Andrew Laidley. Good evening.